Hi everyone, good morning. Happy Friday to you. 6 o'clock here. We made it to the weekend. Feels so good just to say Friday. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick also in the studio. Glad it is Friday, Thomas. So you are tracking some active weather though this weekend.
Yeah, and this has definitely got a lot of people's attention, especially for anybody that might be traveling to the other side of the states. Yeah, be aware that you'll likely run into snowfall once you're going over Snoqualmie Pass. Our area mountains and mountain passes are expecting quite a lot of snow. Most of it will be tomorrow, but the alerts, the winter storm warnings and winter storm watches go into effect tonight for both the Cascades and the North Idaho Mountains respectively. Schweitzer Mountain, which we saw from a moment ago, might be expecting as much as 12 to 15 inches of snow in the next 3 days combined. Storm systems starting to move over western Washington, just some light scattered showers at the moment over there. For us, we're expecting rain by tonight, but our current temperatures stand in the low to mid 30s right now.
New overnight, East Valley School District canceling all classes for today. School leaders made that announcement late last night. In an email, the district said some social media threats were made against East Valley High School students. They said law enforcement is involved and the threats are under investigation. All school-related activities are also canceled for today. This is a developing story. We'll keep you updated here on Up with KREM. First this morning, an unprecedented moment in history. President Donald Trump indicted. Yesterday, a Manhattan grand jury voted to indict Trump. This is the first time in the history of our nation that a former president has faced criminal charges. Right now, the indictment is under seal. The Manhattan District Attorney and grand jury probed allegations that business records may have been falsified to hide an alleged hush money payment to a former adult film star before the 2016 election. Trump repeatedly denied the allegation and slammed the indictment as, quote, political prosecution.
I think the unprecedented indictment of a former president of the United States on a campaign finance issue is an outrage.
The White House has yet to comment on the indictment. Trump is expected to turn himself in next Tuesday, though the exact timing of that could change. Well, this indictment could have huge political and legal consequences for the former president, but could it prevent him from taking office again? Casey Decker with our exclusive Verify team has the answer.
Former President Donald Trump has just been indicted on charges he illegally concealed hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels, who claimed she had an affair with Trump. An indictment is not a conviction, and the trial is expected to be a long one. But what could it mean for Trump's run at taking back the White House in 2024? Let's verify. Can you be elected president if you've been charged with or convicted of a crime? Our sources are the Constitution and the U.S. Supreme Court. Article 2 of the Constitution lays out 3 eligibility requirements for becoming president. You have to be a natural-born American citizen, be at least 35 years old, and have been a U.S. resident for at least 14 years. That's it. No other requirements. And the Supreme Court has further ruled that neither Congress nor state legislatures can add new requirements on top of what the Constitution already says. The only way to change the requirements would be a constitutional amendment. So we can verify, yes, you can be elected president if you've been charged with or convicted of a crime. Even someone who's found guilty and sent to prison could still, legally speaking, if elected, run the country from a cell. With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.
This morning, new benefits to help veterans exposed to toxins. Last night, the VA hosted a veteran town hall in Spokane Valley to help veterans apply for new health care benefits. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs says the PACT Act is perhaps the largest health care and benefit expansion in VA history. Veterans exposed to toxins, airborne hazards, chemicals, radiation, or other occupational hazards during wartime service in Vietnam, the Gulf War, or post 9/11 War on Terror are eligible to enroll and get screened for their exposure.
So veterans who are exposed to burn pits, toxic exposure, Agent Orange, they no longer have to prove that the condition they have is because of that exposure. The PACT Act recognizes that.
The VA says 43,000 vets from across the inland Northwest are eligible for PACT Act benefits, including an estimated 14,000 who've never enrolled in the VA. While there is no deadline to apply, vets who submit a claim before August 10th could receive retroactive benefits going back to August 2022. There is no cost to apply. Vets can call a benefits counselor at 1-800-827-1000 or visit va.gov/PACT. That is PACT. Happening today, thousands of spectators and athletes will be in Spokane this weekend competing and watching the 27th annual Pacific Northwest Qualifier. It is one of USA Volleyball's national qualifying events. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live at the podium right now. And Brandon, this is a huge event, especially for our local economy with everyone visiting in town.
Yeah, Tim, you're exactly right. It's huge, and there's going to be plenty of new customers taking over the hotels and local businesses in Spokane, which makes a lot of people happy. And this is a tournament that takes place over 2 weekends, and overall 800 teams are competing in this qualifier. Because of that, Spokane sports officials say the tournament is one of the largest economic development events hosted in the city. They anticipate more than 14,000 spectators in attendance and 12,000 athletes to participate in this event throughout the 2 weekends. For those who have made this a yearly routine, their trip to Spokane is something they look forward to now.
We love the riverfront park. The girls spend a lot of time sliding down the wagon or shopping. They always love the gelato that's over downtown.
All right, so going back to the economic impact, PNQ brings in $12 million in revenue for local businesses, according to Visit Spokane. Later this morning, we'll get a chance to go inside of the podium. We've already seen the volleyball nets set up, and hopefully we get an opportunity to speak with maybe some of the officials over the qualifier, or speak with some of the families and participants of this particular tournament. Reporting live in downtown Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Might be hearing a little bit of wind off of Brandon's microphone there, and it will be a little bit breezy today, but it is also a little bit cool this morning. Nothing atypical for the last day of March already. 33 here in Spokane, 37 in Coeur d'Alene as we straddle the mid-30s at the moment. It is going to be a cloudy day today and not as warm as it has been the last couple days. A storm system arriving, likely going to give us some scattered showers for this evening, and temperatures only topping out in the 40s, and that'll be case through the weekend. Tonight and tomorrow morning is when we'll see the most rain, but we'll also have mountain snowfall throughout the weekend as well.